Hello, my name is Paul Pettinger. I'm the Pump Product Manager here at AY McDonald. Today we're going to talk about the AutoDRIVE and changing some of the parameters and navigating through the parameters of the AutoDRIVE. In our first video, we talked about the ease of programming and going through the steps for programming the transducer, the pressure switch, or the three-phase version of the AutoDRIVE. Today we're going to take it a little step further and get into some of the programming. So let's get started. We're going to reference our manual quite a bit today. And in that, we're going to reference page 25, where we have a copy of the parameters and the tree of the parameters. So as we get started, we're going to navigate between the home button and enter. So change parameter values, hit enter. And it says constant pressure parameters. We are looking for operating parameters, hit enter. Now it's going to come up as one of our motor manufacturers. That is correct, hit enter. We have the AY McDonald motor, Grundfos, Pentec, Franklin, and we have other listed in here. So let's pick the AY McDonald motor today. This is also the default. Some of the other things that are of value here would be read measured values. Read measured values is going to tell us what's going on with our pump and motor. That's where we're going to do our troubleshooting. We're going to know the health of the system. So to get there, we are going to hit the home button again, off, change parameter values. Now instead of dropping into operating parameters, we're going to go across to read measured values. Read measured values, hit enter. And the first one comes is the input voltage. And that's going to tell us the voltage coming to our system. Again, when we start troubleshooting, the two questions we ask are, what's your voltage and what are your amps? Right here it tells us our incoming voltage is 122 volts. Let's take a look at a couple other things in here. And the bus capacitor. And here is the voltage. IR, IY, and IB tells us each leg going to our motor. This is a training demo, like I mentioned earlier. We don't have a motor attached. If we did have a motor running, it would tell us the current going to each leg of that motor. What else can we do in here? We can look at the IGBT case temperature. So let's keep stepping through this. IGBT case temperature. Obviously this says not available. This is a training demo. We don't have a heat sink in here. In an actual model, we would have a heat sink and the fan, and depending on the temperature, would turn on to cool the circuit boards and the inside of the box, inside of the case. So again, real valuable information is available in the read measured values. From there, let's step back and take a look at the fault log. So here we would hit change parameter values, read measured values, read timers, fault log. Again, this is a demo, a trainer. We don't have any faults in this system right here in this demo, but if we did, we could go to page 50 in our manual and it would list all the fault codes with a brief description and comment and adjoining notes to correct the fault. So from the faults, let's go back into constant pressure parameters, make some changes there if we were to set this up with a pressure switch or a transducer of another manufacturer, one that's not supplied or one that was already in the system. So from here we'd hit the home button again and change parameter values, and this time we are going into operating parameters, so we're going to hit yes or enter, operating parameter, and now we're going to move across to constant pressure parameters, and there we have it. We're going to hit enter and it's going to tell us the set point. And this basically tells us in the initial startup program what we set the PSI for. And let's step down through here and take a look at what else is available. Broken pipe. Some of the drawdown amps. Here is a 4 to 20 milliamp PSI sensor range. We're going to hit enter here, 150 PSI. So that is the default. That is the transducer that comes with this system. If you had a transducer that had a range from 0 to 200. At that point, you could up this to 200. One thing to keep in mind in here, in our initial startup, we pick either pressure switch or transducer. If we pick the transducer, you'll notice the analog only, the settings where you can look at here. If we pick the pressure switch, there are some that say pressure switch only. So again, under constant pressure parameters, it really depends on what you used in your startup program, a pressure switch or a transducer, as what's available. One of the other things I'd like to discuss is the asterisks by the parameters. The asterisks are password protected. Again, it's something that you can go in and change. It's not recommended, so please use caution if you're going to go into the password protection. If you do need the password, contact your distributor and they will contact us, and we'll be glad to share the passwords for those that need to go in and take a look at some of these parameters. Again, my name is Paul Pettinger, the Pump Product Manager here at AY McDonald. If you found this video helpful, give us a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on social media. Of course, you could always call us at 800-AY-CARES or email us at sales@aymcdonald.com. Thank you very much for your time.